One Major League player that is certainly bursting onto the scene is Yasiel Puig. He went 3 for 5. He's now hitting Ted Williams-like, even better, limited sample size. He's hitting over 400. Don Mattingly had a pretty interesting quote on why the Dodgers decided to bring him up slowly. Here is that very quickly. You don't give babies steak. It's a good Don Mattingly quote. When they're babies, you're not feeding them steak. They're drinking formula. The mistakes that they make, you want them to make them in an area that's not filled with 60,000 people and on SportsCenter every night. So Don Mattingly, I love Don Mattingly. I think he's great. The Dodgers currently are 27-35. They're 7.5 games back of the Diamondbacks in the NL West. However, if there's anything for the Dodgers to root for and certainly rally around, it is Puig. And he went 3 for 5 yesterday. They lost to the Braves. However, he had an incredible outfield assist that you also put into great perspective on how the ball literally, it stopped bouncing. It started just rolling.
Yeah, I mean, he threw...
Incredible throw to
He threw
Luis
Simmons
Cruz
out at third base on a ball that was hit slowly to right field. I mean, that's a ball that rolled through the infield. It wasn't like a two-hopper to third. It rolled, and this is a guy with speed, and Simmons with great baseball instincts. Everybody says this guy was just, for 10 years, this guy has known everything about baseball. He knows where the ball's going to fall, which way it's going to go. Exactly. I mean, it's a young player, but a guy who understands the game. Like, I would think slow guys make it to third on that, based on the way it rolled.
Totally.
And it was a little toward the line. And he threw him out. And he threw him out by 6 feet. It was nothing. The guy, Simmons slid right into the tag.
Luis Cruz didn't even have to move his glove. Actually, it was that perfect.
I staggered. You know, in this great stat that is both fascinating and overused, but wins over replacement players. Okay. Like what a guy's worth. Puig has played 7 games. He's already worth 1 win. Like, that's amazing. Like, so if he continued at this pace, he would be worth 22 wins over an average replacement level right fielder. So to be worth a win in a week is a heck of a week. For it to be your first week is remarkable. He's hitting .464. He's 13 for 28. He hit 4 balls out, a couple of doubles. He has 13 hits in his first 7 games as a Dodger, is the most hits by a Dodger in their first 7 games in 113 years.
4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and he's only 22 years old. It seems like the biggest problem that the Dodgers are having right now is actually because they don't have a translator. They're using the assistant clubhouse manager, Alex Torres. But yeah, I mean, he's incredible. It's certainly something for the Dodgers to root for.
How are the Dodgers going to find somebody who speaks both Spanish and English in Los Angeles? My God, it's going to
I don't know. It seems impossible, doesn't it?
What are they going to do? Yeah. It's surprising they don't have a translator yet. So, last year with Yoenis Cespedes of the A's, who's considerably, I think, 5 years older than Puig, but Cespedes is a tremendous ball player. He hit 4 home runs this week. You don't remember there was a big deal made over of a Cuban exile named Barbaro Garbe, who went to Detroit and was like a moderately effective player in the 1980s. But El Duque and Jose Contreras. So there were good pitchers, but we haven't had an impact, a seriously big time impact hitter in a while like this. But it's a reminder of like how crazy it is that Cuba hasn't been our friend for the last 50 years.
What do you mean?
They play baseball. Like, they don't play friggin' Russian ice hockey. They love America. They love baseball. They're great at it. So anyway, it's great to see, and it's great to have something to be excited about for the Dodgers, because prior to Puig, the Dodgers were the worst kind of team.
Yes.
Rich team with veteran players that
disappointing,
just underperformed. They're so dull to watch, and they have such giant holes in the roster. They scatter some stars in, but they're not turning it around.
No.
I'd be very surprised.
Why are they not turning it around?
They have huge holes at significant positions. If they were totally healthy, and if Hanley Ramirez played at a solid level where he played, first of all, good defense, which he doesn't, and could manage to hit reasonably well, either at third or short, that would save them half of the problem. But they still have the other half. They can't solve it with D. Gordon. They can't solve it with Luis Cruz. If Mark Ellis stays healthy at second base, it's an option. He's a major league player. A.J. Ellis, if he's healthy, is a major league catcher. But they're not healthy. They haven't been healthy, and they're peppering guys here who really aren't major league players. They thought Luis Cruz, a guy who'd had a career of nothing and then had a nice half year last year, that meant something. But as it turned out, most guys who do that at age 29 they don't do it again.
Yeah.
So he's reverted. I mean, he's been much worse than anybody thought.
Actually, when Puig finishes the season, if we think, barring anything, any sort of injury, which obviously we do not want to happen, what does he finish?
450.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. He'll go through big slumps. He's a rookie. I saw it in Cespedes, and as good as it is in Cuba, he has not seen this kind of major league pitching. He has not seen this many sliders that he's going to see that are 90 and with that giant downward late breaking movement and split-fingered fastballs and change-ups that he can't possibly have seen in Cuba, just because the pitchers haven't succeeded as much here. I presume that it can't quite.
So let's just say.
But I mean, he's 22, so even Bryce Harper, but you could expect something like that. This could be a guy who could, if he shows some patience at the plate, I think he'll strike out 100 times, even in this truncated season that he's going to have, or close to it. And, but he clearly is capable of hitting 20, 25 home runs. He could hit 300 if he develops some plate discipline. Is a guy who next year could be a candidate to be the MVP or certainly be an all-star.
Just hypotheticals, just to throw it out there. I would say 20 home runs, 75 RBIs, 80 RBIs, probably 265, 270 is what I would say.
He hits the ball so hard that when it's contact, it's moving. I don't know, 265. Yeah, I mean that could well be. I don't know. He's 22 and he's never seen major league pitching and not a lot of minor league pitching. But
I agree with you on the 100 strikeouts too. I could easily see
he's
that.
a treat to watch. I mean, by the way, driving in that many runs might be tough because they only have, we're talking like less than 100. They have exactly 100 games left.
Yeah.